Hey guys, and welcome. Today I thought we'd have a play and make some beads with some focal beads. So a little bit of point of interest. We've got these beautiful porcelain leopard print beads, absolutely beautiful. We've got a agate flat oval bead. This one here's black agate as well. So we've got the holes in each side. We'll put something in the middle there. We've got some flat black porcelain beads, and then these beautiful 10mm onyx, black onyx beads, absolutely beautiful. I've made a plain bracelet in readiness. It's going to pair with these ones that we make today. So let's get started. I actually like to use the bead along stretch cord. This one's a 0.8mm one, which is about a medium weight. You can go 1mm or you can go 0.5, but I like working with the 0.8. The bracelets I'm making today are going to be 8-inch. Average size is around just 7.5, but I'm making these a little bit bigger today. So if you're plus size like myself, then they'll fit lovely. And I like them a little bit loose as well. I measure out about 12 inches. You can go about 11. It'll give you a little bit of room for tying the knot at the end. You get a little bit of wastage, but not too much at all. Always pre-stretch your cord. That way, if you don't stretch it over a period of time, you know, it will stretch and your bracelet will become loose. There'll be gaps between your beads, and it'll just need restringing. So, you know, if you're selling these or giving them away to a friend, you definitely don't want that to happen. All right, so just to save a little bit of time today too, I have pre-strung on 3 of them, just the black beads in readiness, because you don't need to sit here and watch me struggle to find the hole in the black beads. Even though we've got good lighting today, it's still a struggle, but I will thread one of them here with you today. So we'll just move that off to the side. With your cord, I actually like to use these little crocodile clips. You can also use bulldog clip, and you can get these coils. I do have them, they are packed away for the end as well. So the reason being is when you're threading the beads, you don't have to worry about them falling off the end. You can just thread away and not have to be chasing beads all over the floor. I've done that several times. Okay, so we might start with, what are we going to start with? We might start with this one here. Hopefully 2 will fit, which they do just nicely. So I might pick 2 relatively close in colour beads because they are so close together. Beautiful, and we might put one of these either side, which they'll go flat. It'll just give a little bit of interest without taking it away from your center beads there, going into the actual black beads themselves. So let's pick up one of the ones we've already got threaded. Get them into knots. Take one end off, leave the other one. Let's move that and that off to the side. So we're going with our black porcelain. It's like a spacer bead, really, you can see, and it's roughly about a 10mm as well. Then we're going to go through one side of our circle, then the 2 beads. If you had some gaps in here, if these beads were smaller, then you could look to put some spacer beads in there, something similar to these, just to sort of you know, close off any gaps and then we find the hole out the other side. I love focal beads on a bracelet. It just gives you, well, it makes it look completely different really to just your standard stretch bracelets, and you can team them together. You can still stack them. That's obviously going to have a front and a back because it's a snug fit. It still should sit nicely on the wrist, which we'll try it on when we've finished. And then I'm going to measure that. I'll just use the Tim Holtz mat here. That we pull it out at 8. So we might need to take one bead off the end. And then we're going to tie it off. So what I might do, so we don't have the knot on the focal, once you get your sizing, I'm going to put a couple on the other end. So even though we're going to hide the knot, just in case it slips out from under the bead when we tie it off, we don't want to have it near our focal at all. I've got another 2. You can really feel the quality in these beads. They're absolutely beautiful. And who doesn't love a little bit of leopard print? Okay, so we're just going to tie that off. So to tie it off, like tying your shoelaces, so through once and pull it firm. Now this one's going to go through twice. 1, 2, and then you pull it, and then you just put some tension on it to firm the knot up, and then you grab 2 beads either side and you pull it the other way, and then we're going to put a dab of glue. I use this E6000. Just a dab. Some people, not everybody glues that. I actually like the added security of it. And then just cut your tails off, not too close to the knot. You can see there we've left a little bit, and then you're just going to tease it through. Now, yep, it's just broken. I was going to say I have had disasters where it does break, so we're just going to redo that one. Let me put that in there. I have in the past too had them fly across the room. That's not nice. You got to go chasing the beads, and 9 times out of 10 a bead can roll in some really tight spots that only a vacuum cleaner will find it later on. Okay, so starting again. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'd love to know what you're up to and what you're making at the moment. So drop me a line in the comments. If you've got any questions about today, don't hesitate to ask them, because we're all here to learn. These beads I'm using, these black onyx, they're a 10 mil. And of course you can use 8 mils, 6 mils, 12 mils. I like the size of the 10 mil for bracelets, and I like the 8 mil and the 6 mil for necklaces. But then if you have a petite arm, you may prefer the 8 mil or even the 6 mil if you're doing a few bracelets and you're going to wear them all together. Okay, so take 2, so back through the side of this bead, and then we've got the 2 leopard print beads. It's good to have some focal beads in your stash. You just never know whether you're gonna put them into a necklace, a bracelet like this. It helps with your creativity to have some variety, so you can play around and see what you come up with. Acrylic beads are good to work with as well. They're really lightweight and you can actually get some really interesting beads with them, and they're not as expensive. As these are semi-precious gemstones, so the bigger the bead, the more expensive they are. Okay, just check the measurement. We are missing a bead, stray bead. And once again, like we're tying shoelaces, so through, pull firmly. This one goes over twice. Pull snugly that way and then snugly that way. If you think which it's not, sometimes if the bead has a fairly big hole, this one doesn't, you could do tie another knot there, but I won't in this case because we would never get it through, and I actually want to put it in the center of a bead to hide it. It just tidies it off so it looks endless when you've made the bracelet. If you can't see the join, and then when the knot goes into the bead, you'll feel a little like a bump, so that you know that it's in there. So that's that one. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning. And you can team it together, stack it. All right, so on to the next one. So let's go with this one. Okay, one either side, same principle. Use these beads, but I think I might go one either side of the bead. We'll see what it looks like when we get it threaded on anyway. And I'm going to pull 5 off. Put our clip on the other end so the beads don't come off. So these are the little flat porcelain spacer beads. You can use silver spacer beads, antique bronze, gold. I actually wanted the feature to stay with the agate and the leopard. I didn't want to add any additional colors with this one. I just like the plain black. Measure it, and it's way too long because that's a fair focal point there, fairly long one. So we're going to take some beads off till we get it to that 8-inch mark, and then we'll tie it off. So once again, I've taken the knot away from here and I've put it into the line of the black beads. So we go around like tying our shoelaces, pull it fairly firm, and then we go through twice, 1, 2. So see that how that's a double knot, and then we pull it quickly, we firm it out there, and then we pull it the other way to firm it that way. And then we're going to hold it open and put a dab of glue on there. We're going to cut our tails off, but once again not too close. And then we're going to try and tease it through the bead without breaking it. A little bit of glue on that bead, which I'll tidy up later. So you can see that the knots disappeared, and then we've got that one. Absolutely beautiful, and can team it with that. You can team it with that. You can just keep going if you like that chunky look. Okay, so let's do one more. So we've got 3 beautiful beads here. What are we going to do with these? I like them like that. Let's see what that looks like. So in this one, we don't have a focal bead, so to speak of, but we do have a focal. So by using 3 dress beads, in this case the porcelain leopard print ones, we're creating a focal. So you don't always have to have these special beads if you don't have them in your stash, or you don't know where to get them. I think I got those at a bead show once, so always be on the lookout for something a little bit different. So I'm just going to take 4 off this end. I'll put the clip on the other end, and then we'll work our way through this way. Before I thread that, you could, if you were jazzing it up and wanted something to wear out, for example, you wanted a little bit of bling, you could go something like that in there. Or you've got your silver. Just gorgeous, but I'm staying with the plain black today. Reason being is I want to be able to, or you would want to be able to wear these out of a daytime as well. To me, bling is if, you know, going out for dinner. So in that case, I'd probably make extra, because it's not as if you're buying them, you're actually making them. So you can make an extra one, so you can bling it up for night time and dress it down for daytime. I'll link my Etsy shop below, guys. From time to time I do put these in my Etsy shop. At the moment it's only got earrings in there, so I do plan to get some more. I need to just take the photos of my bracelets and necklaces, because I literally have a lot. And you can't wear them all. All right, so I've measured that out to the 8 inches, so they're all consistently 8 inches. I'm going to tie it off just like your shoelaces as before, the same. Pull it firmly and then go through twice. That just secures the knot, as you can see, and stops it from coming undone. Tug on it tightly and then grab the 2 beads and pull it the other way, so you're firming up the knot both ways. And then split the beads and hold it with your finger and put a dab of glue on the knot for that extra security. And then cut your tails off. Once again, you leave a little bit. As you can see, there's a little bit there. And then hold that bead there, and then you push this bead and try and tug on the, I've got a feeling this one might break. You might need to turn the bead a bit as well. Oh, yep, broke. All right, so we'll quickly have to rethread that. Sorry about that, guys. It just goes to show you, some days don't run to clockwork. And you sort of get a little bit of a feeling if something's not going to play nice with you. It could be the pressure of the bead, the hole. It's a fairly small hole we're trying to squeeze the knot into, in these beads in particular. I'll just grab another bead. That one's got a bit of glue on it now. So don't get frustrated if it breaks. You know, 9 times out of 10 you've done nothing wrong. You've got to be firm when you pull it. Obviously you can over pull it and the cord will break. But this is beautiful, this one, so I did want to finish it so you can see. See them all done. As I said before, I'll put a link to my Etsy shop, because I do know that not all people that watch your YouTube videos are makers. So, you know, there's a lot of people that think, oh, I'd love to buy that. So from time to time I will have my bracelets and necklaces in there. At the moment I've only got earrings in there, so I will just have to make a day to take photos and load them in. I'll just do a quick remeasure. Beautiful. Okay, take 2. Let's try again. So like tiny shoelaces, pull it firm, wind it through twice, firm it up that way, pull it that way. At least the repetition, guys, you're learning, you're embedding it into your muscle memory. This also shows you that, you know, stretch bracelets are definitely the way to go, in my eyes anyway. You can do so much with them. Oh, broke again. You can do so much with them that they're the most easiest bracelet to get on and off, and I believe they're one of the most comfortablest bracelets to wear. So just going to stretch that out. I'm going to give it one more shot. If I can't get it, we'll call it a day. But like I said, this one's beautiful, and I really do want you to see the finished product. I might even, once I've tied it, before gluing it this time, I will snip it off and we will have a look at them all together, just to save you the pain if it happens again. Because, as you know, some days we roll like that. Some days it just goes off perfectly. Today's not that day. At least it's happening on the last one and not the first one. Well, the video may not have made it past the editing floor. Not that I have an editing program on my videos. They're basically live. It is what it is. But also, mistakes are how we learn. So, you know, sometimes it could be just a bad batch of cord. Not that this has been fine, and I'm nearly finished the roll on this one. But you know, there's a lot of various reasons sometimes that things aren't working out. At least they're a quick remake. As quick as threading black beads can be. Although I do have my glasses on today. And the lighting's good. So I would never attempt it in dull light without your glasses. Although these pure black onyx ones aren't too bad. I made some tassel necklaces the other day. And I was using beautiful black stripe agate. So they have like a stripe of brown and that through them. And, you know, some of them, it was nearly impossible to find the hole in there with the pattern and it being black as well. So I'm just going to measure that out. 8. I'm going to tie it off and cut it off. And I'm going to leave it and I will glue it later. I won't even cut it off. So there we go, guys. There's 3 beautiful focals. This one's just a plain. I always like to wear 2 together. So I'd wear that like that on the wrist. Absolutely beautiful. That's another flat one too. You could wear, actually you could put it, so you could wear the 3 together. Absolutely beautiful. You know, hey, you could even wear the 4 together. Totally up to you. That one could, you know, that one deserves to be on its own really, but pair it with your plain black one. Pair it with they're all going to match. They're all going to go together. You know that one there, but I'd put that one through there. Sometimes I'll slip around there. So that's another way you could wear it. If you only had these two, you could wear it like that, or you could wear it like that. So that's another way to wear your bracelets as well. They don't always have to be like that. But yeah, so there you go. There's our leopard print porcelain focal point bracelets. I hope you got a lot out of today. Some inspiration on how to use your beads a little bit different on your stretch bracelets. How to create focal points even with just using beads. You don't necessarily have to have these beautiful different focals, but yeah, and stacking them, mixing them together. Thanks guys, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks, bye.